Hi, this is Johnny. I have good news. I got the Neo Geo finished, and all the artwork is unique, and the title is unique. And there's 227 minus the three Capcom that I did not remove. Okay, so I will, and there's some homebrews game, like this one is a homebrews game. And this is also a homebrews game, but they work, but they're not like have sounds and stuff. Some of them don't have sounds, some of them do. This one actually do have sounds. And this is two games that, what is weird is that well, actually the total is around 230 without counting the two bio, which is the Neo Geo bio and the PGM bio that is in here as well. Now, all these have unique artwork and wheel, so like it has actually show hack, and this also show hack down here. So, and then I went and added some arcade game. So you roughly looking about 227 to maybe 222 or 3. Now this is the only one will not work. I will remove that one because the joystick do not work. So I will, that's the only one that from Neo Geo family that will not be working in this version. Okay, so 220, let's just say 220. Now this is the 3 that I was telling you that I did not remove. Okay, the artwork is there, so I'm going to keep it. Now you could tell if it's not Neo Geo, it won't have a Neo Geo box on it. It will say arcade, so that's how you know that those are the arcade game. Okay, but all this is Neo, like Neo Geo, so you could see that you have the name. This one is the 2, you have the 2, and all the box art also included with the hack name, and the plus, there will be a plus on there. And this is a plus 23, so there's unique artwork that I have created. Now this was done way back when I was creating for the PC version, and it's for the Core R type that I created for PC. And they create a whole bunch of Core type, and you have to download the main one, then you could do this add-on. Otherwise you might have some problem with loading it. But I went and took those artwork and bring it to this one, so you have more than a Neo Geo arcade stick, because I think Neo Geo arcade stick I only have 187 game, because a lot of people, now there might be a duplicate name here, but there's this one and the other one is more for main, and this is one for Neo Geo, but they both are playable. This is a hack game, a homebrews game, Joe India, and it work, and the sound work. So now only some homebrews game that doesn't have. Now some of this is Japanese game, puzzle, like a word type of game, so you have to understand Japanese to play it, you know. But so Metal Slots 4, 5, now 5 and 4 and 3, for some reason when I put it back into the, I already tested, put it back, then it did not work, which is kind of awkward. Now this is the Neo Geo 6, but it said arcade box on it because I either forgot to change the box art, or maybe I need to go find the box art for, because I know I created one for this one that it say Neo Geo, but this one say arcade. But it is a Neo Geo game. So what is weird is that the Metal Slot 5 and Metal Slot 3 and Metal Slot 4 do not work here, but it works when you pull it out into a different folder, like not different folder, but now this is a Neo Geo bio, so hopefully you know there's no game behind this. You need to have that in order to play this. So I've just put the artwork instead of just no artwork, which look terrible. And so I did an artwork on it. And those are homebrews game too. This is homebrews game, and they do work. The Falker does work. and this is a Neo Geo, and here's another bio. It's PGM bio. So those are not game. Those are just a bio that need to be there in order for it to play well. Now this is a home boost game. This is an arcade game, but is related to this one. They're both SNK, so I'm including it because it's made by the same company and it's the same. It's just this is part 1 and this is part 2, so that's why this is part 2. So why not have part 1 in it? So I included that. It's all about my cat meowing. It's lonely, looking for me. Okay, so all this working. And the artwork is very pretty. It's shrink down to the smaller size, so they are very crystal clear on your end when you play this. But I will have to pull some of those out, and I'm going to demonstrate it. I'm not going crazy. It's same thing with box art. There's 350 limited on to display both artwork, like the box art and the wheel. You could call it title, marquee, whatever, but it's a in Raspberry Pi they call this wheel, you know, because it's spinning with a title. I don't know why they came up with that name, but it's a title name. Okay, and it's not really official marquee because marquee is on the top of the, and they look more pretty. You could use it as a marquee as well. Okay, so all this work. Now this one work but doesn't have sound, just FYI. You go in here to make a bed and stuff like that, but it does work, but I'm just not into that game apparently. So yeah, this is a clone. There's a similar game, but this one have the word clone on it, and they do play. Okay, so just demonstrate it. And I do have the bio. Now if you see the bio screen, you could press the 3 button and you get the option to choose the widget. You press this 3 at the same time. When you see the menu, press it. Okay, now if you're in the cheat mode, you will have to press this plus this at this, press this first, then press this the same time. You will get a cheat mode. You don't by just here, you just press the 3 button. Okay, 1 2 3, hold it, press it down. Okay, press it down like here. Okay, and then you get this, and then you could choose your region by pressing the button, and then you could select either A for Japan, B for US, or C for Europe. So if you want a US version, you will press the middle button right here, this one. You're gonna press this one, and that will give you a USA. You want an arcade or console, you want an arcade, press A. So A will be here, A. Okay, and then you have USA arcade, and that's all you do pretty much here on this one. To exit out, you just press this button, the L button. They have a label where this is YXL, so you can press this one to exit out. Okay, and so the game is loaded. Now you're in arcade mode. Now if you want a cheat mode, this is how you do it with the bio. So you just hold the select. Okay, you're gonna hold the select, my finger, hold the select button, hold it, press this 3 button, and then you have the cheat mode. Okay, then here you're gonna press the here will be called Y button. Then you can say press infinity A. Here they say A, but it's your Y. Okay, so A will be your Y, B will be X, C will be your L. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C. All right, so you press A, go down. You want to select that, you press A, and then you got infinity super punch. You want to do that. To get out, you're gonna press C, which is the L button to get out, L button again. So now when you start the game, press select and start, you will have all this special feature in it. All right, so just roughly just to show you that those game does work. Now the one that I was telling you about, like the metal slots and all stuff, I already have it copied out, and then when I copy it back in, it's like they all stop working again. And I'm like, what's going on? Am I going crazy? So for example, SVC, SVC plus, SVC plus, super plus. Yes, this one is called the S with a super plus. So you got a super plus here. Okay, and the box out have that. So when you press A, it won't load. So my understanding is not going to load, but let's see. Now, if it does load, it take a while. It take a little bit longer than the other one, because those it's like a combined game to make this work, and you need the other like parents file for the child file to work, and it's supposed to load up, but here it doesn't load. So I don't know, is this machine is lack of memory, because apparently the artwork, if you have too much, it won't load, and if you put too much game, based on seeing is right now I have 232 ROM and plus 232 artwork that's displaying on Neo Geo. And we moved the Capcom, I didn't put it together. So that's another test to look into. If I put Capcom and Neo Geo together, SD card will hold it, but the system cannot handle it. So this game would not load, but if you take it out, it will work. So I have to reboot it again, and it take a while to load everything. So it's very strange is that I have 66 game or 65 plus and minus that will work, but if you put it all together in 230 in the same folder, it will not work. So that is the bad news about this Neo Geo set that I have put together. Now Capcom don't have any issue because it was under 200. This one is more than 200, 230. So I don't know why it will not load. Now most of the game, 172 game will load just fine, but anything more than 100, 100, it won't load. So that is a very strange thing. Okay. And even this one is an arcade game. It will load here, but when you reach to that, now it's not. It's the one that use up the most memory is the one not gonna load. Not the one that, like the Crunching Tiger. It will work, but it doesn't work over here. Okay. So if I was to start it, it's gonna kick me straight out to the main menu. It will not load. All right. Now I'm gonna demonstrate a game to let you, we already demonstrated one game that does load, but the problem with some of those games, I don't know why it will not load. So we're gonna go to the computer and we're going to move them out, and then test it again and show you that it worked by itself with the 66 under 100 game. It worked by itself. Every one of them work, but if you put it all together, it will not work. Very, very strange. Now the problem is, which folder should I use? Because there's only one Neo Geo folder. There's no Neo Geo 1, 2, 3 like Capcom have 1, 2, and 3. So that is going to be a little bit of scratching the head. I think it will work on any folder you put in, like we did with the Capcom. See, it doesn't know, it just frees up. All right, let's go to computer, and then I'm going to separate them, and we're going to test it, and I will prove to you that those one that wasn't working is going to work. Okay. Okay, I have opened up my USB flash drive, and I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Now, here's the thing. Here's the Neo Geo. We're going to go find Neo Geo. Oh, by the way, I got some of the Mega Drive game working, and some of them do not work. So that is also scratching my head. I don't know. I got it from a website. We will talk about that when we talk about the Sega Genesis. Okay, so go back to Neo Geo. here's all my backup stuff. Now, here's the thing. 100, 200, originally 127 was working, but since they all work, I copy into this folder. Now the problem is I don't know which one did not, which one was originally working. So I need to pull out 172. But luckily I did keep the one that did not work, which is a 66 that did not work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy those over and separate them. So let me separate them and then we're going to go ahead and test this. So what I'm doing is I have two folders open, same iDrive, okay? One is the 66 that did not work. Now those 66 are the one that do not work. So I don't want to test those 66. I want to test the one that here that is working. But now I have 66 plus 172. So the one way to do this is I'm going to paste it over here. And what that does is if you have a file that is the same as the one over here, it won't copy over. So then the one that do not work, it will stay over here. And the one will work will be copied over here. But then once it copy over here, you want to cut it and put it into the folder. And then I'm going to delete those because those are the ones I know for a fact that do not work. So right now in here, there's nothing in here. Okay. So I'm just going to cut and paste it into over here, if that makes sense to y'all. So it's going to say, do you want to replace a 57 file? And I'm going to say, no, I don't want to replace those. I'm going to skip because I don't want to overwrite it. Now the one that copy over, I'm going to go ahead and cut because those are the one that do not have the same name that got moved over. So there's 175 game. I think some of them are deleted, so that's the reason it's not 172 no more. So 170. So here is 175 games that do work, and plus, yeah, it's 172 because I have the bio ROMs in there too. So let's just put 172 because I have one game. Originally I deleted, but I went and put it back. And that's the file called LH, this one. This one is called the Last Hope. It's the same game as the one called Last Hope. And so I went and put it back. All right. So those did not got copied over. And those are the one that how many is there? There's total 66, so it's correct. 66. Now those are the one where we were just testing and did not work. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find another folder and copy the one that's working into another folder. So I really don't have anything that is. All right, let's put it in the T. There's nothing here. Okay. So what we're going to do is select all the one that's working here. Okay, and then put it into here. I wish I could rename those box art so it would make more sense, but right now I'm putting Neo Geo 172 into here. Okay, now you're gonna say, well, Johnny, how do you get the ROM? When I create a folder, it doesn't show up. As long as you put something in here, it will show up. Okay, so for example, if I just created a text file, okay, and I don't put nothing in there, then this one will show up with the file name text file. Okay, so this folder MSX will show up later. Okay, now if you create your own like this one, it won't show up because it have to be in the system folder. Somebody was asking how do you know what folder to create? So if you open up the 7-zip like this, okay, and you look inside the update folder. Now there's a password, so you cannot if you unzip it, it's going to show you everything with no size. So it's going to be 0 data. So if you go to image, you go to the platform. This is all the console that's working. Like, so if you put SG1000 over here in the ROM folder, you're going to see SG1000. Okay, if you put SFC, it's going to show FSC. But if you don't have anything inside, like there's nothing inside, it's not going to show up. Okay, Sega is not going to show up. But now the MSX is going to show up because I just added the empty text file, so it's going to show up. Okay, so later when we open up, we're going to look at it. All right, now let's close this out. So this is how you know what folder will work over here. Now there's a one called other system. This one will not work because they misspell the artwork. They call it not. And so if you put that in there, it's still not going to show up because there's no artwork. So there's a bug here. Okay, so that need to be fixed. But whoever hacked this need to know that. But apparently they did not. They haven't given us any update. Now there is a new RetroArch that hack is getting developed. It's still in beta version. It doesn't really work well, and they're trying to get everything debugged, fixed. So I will not spend any more wasted time on the Master System and the other console because they not all game work, and those ROM came from a final burnout. It's already renamed, and some reason the most of the game that I want to play it do not work, and I don't understand why. And when I try to create my own and put it in here, it won't work either. So yeah, I create like I already copy all the ROM that I want to play, and they do not work. Okay, and I'm like, okay, there's 180 game here. Why it doesn't work? So maybe there's a limit of how many game. So my understanding, 172 game will work. So if you have more than 172 game, you might have an issue. So let's check this one. This is 107. So Capcom 107 work fine. So if you have anything too big, it's weird that maybe Super Nintendo files don't use up as much memory because it's a 16-bit, and arcade use up more memory maybe. But okay. Anyway, let me go back to Neo Geo, and I'm gonna copy the Neo Geo ROM over there because the other one don't have it because it's not gonna copy stuff over if it see there's a file is the same. Oh, so in other words, Neo Geo ROM is not here, it's on this side. So I put it in here in this folder. So I need the Neo Geo file, and I want to include this one, but you don't need this one. This one is only for some game that was created for Neo Geo by this company. They use this one, and that's the reason I included both. But that other one is not really necessary. Okay, so here the one that will not work if you put it together. Okay, like the SVC, it did not load. So those are the one I pulled out. All the Kingdom Fighter did not work. I don't know why. So I'm gonna paste the bio back in here. Now this bio, my bio is 1,892 kilobyte. It's specially edited by me. Okay. So you was like, well, how do you know? It's very easy to edit your Neo Geo bio. Okay. If a program do not work, is missing some file, you could easily just add it into it and make it work. So that's what you do here. You just you don't extract it. You just say, come on, you cannot open this. Oh, I have both of them selected. You only can select one if you want to open it. Okay. If you select both, it's trying to archive. So you open the archive, and then that's how you see the bio. Now to make the bio 4 to work, the main bio had to be called the agent. Okay, So you have to call it the Asian S3. All right. Then the program will show up in Neo Geo Bio 4. Otherwise, won't use it. This is the new one that was created. Originally, I was using this one and was working fine without that. I kept the original Asian one in here, but I went and changed it to the name of this one. Okay, I took this one, made another copy, and then rename it to this name to get that Neo Geo. We name it to this. Okay, so this is 77401, and this is also with the file name number got changed. Pack size. Oh, that's pack size. Well, anyway, the size here is all the same. All right, enough of that Neo Geo. Let's go ahead and test the theory. Now, the one that we tested, remember the Tiger and stuff, it did not load. Okay, now this one, I told you I'm going to delete it, so I'm going to delete it. That one did not work at all. Forget about that one. Okay, so now everything is pretty much okay. Those will not come with the pack. This is just for my testing purpose, so all those will be removed. Okay. All right, let's reject this, and then we are going to test both of them. The one with the 170 something, and the other one with the. So reject the SD card. All right, let's go test it out. Continue. Okay, we're back here again. So I just want to show you that this one now is here. Okay, and that's the 100 some game here. I don't know why I did not move the. I know Metal Slug 3 and 3 Plus wasn't working. I don't know why I didn't move it out. But let's go ahead and test that. Okay, Metal Slug 6. I know that because I was talking about okay. I know this one did not load last time. But since we pulled it out, I don't think. Yeah, that one is the one that I don't know why I didn't pull it out. Okay. So Metal Slug 3. I don't know. This is really I'm spending more like 2 or 3 days trying to figure out what's going on, and it's really driving me crazy because things sometimes work and sometimes do not work, and I don't know why it will work and sometimes will not work. And I think only thing I could think of is there's a limitation on this this machine. It's like Neo Geo Mini. That's the reason I spend like three months every day trying to figure out why some of the ROM do not work, some of the ROM work, and then try to get them to work together and try to convert it into FBA. Now I don't know this one require it to be converted because that's a different emulator. This one is a Linux emulator. All right, so what I was saying is that since that one is there, since this one is here, my understanding none of this will work anymore. Okay. Now if it worked, then yeah, see, they freeze up. And I think it's because both of them are freezing up because of the extra folder there. So you cannot have two Neo Geo together, even though it's in a different folder. It recognizes all the artwork and realize there's 250 of this. I don't know if it got to do with artwork or not, but if you have the other one, the 272, you put it outside and then you try to run this, it will have this problem. Especially the one that uses up more memory. And then this take a long time. So a while ago, when we were playing this, all this game was working. Why? Was because I deleted this. I moved this to a Neo Geo folder inside it, so we won't able to see it. But now this is outside, and that one is outside. It created the one that the 66 game that originally worked that will not work here now. So let's try the SVC, the one that we couldn't get it working, because I don't want to test a different game that we haven't tested. Okay, like this the 3D dinosaur. It's not gonna load now. It just go black screen. So that make me realize you cannot have, even inside a folder, you cannot have more than 172. And then if you separate them and if you put it in a one folder, they still recognize it as all the Neo Geo game. So it still will not load. So the only thing I could give you is 172, but the problem is which 172 games. Maybe delete all the homebrews game and all the hack game and just give you, if that's the case, it will be on, like, yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to delete all the homebrew games and all the hack game, you know, to make this available to you. So you guys give me some opinion, comment. What do you think I should do? Because definitely I cannot give you all of them. Unless I give you all of them and you guys pick which one you want. But I don't know, because the one that do not work are the one that use up the most memory, like Metal Slot 3 and Metal Slot 5. Those, and I think those in the Metal Slot 4. So 3, 4, 5, they use the parents and the child ROM, so they cannot be standalone. So those are the one are not working. Kingdom Fighter, same thing. All the Kingdom Fighter require the first one, second one, the parents, the child, in order for it to load. And those games require to have each other. Those are the one that cannot be loaded together. So now none of this game will load anymore because of that reason. So let's go to the SV Plus again. That this one originally was loading a while ago, now does not load either. So I'm showing you guys to let you see the problem I'm running into. It's a very strange hack it. Even I changed the Neo Geo bio, it still doesn't work. Now I'm gonna take it back out, and then you're gonna look at it again. Okay, we're gonna take it back out, and then we're gonna run those games again, and see what happens. We're gonna take those. I don't know what to tell you. All right, man. Okay, we are back here on the SD card. I'm going to the ROM folder. So I'm going to Neo Geo. Now what I did is the one I put out there, this one. When I copy that out, it will not work. So now all this thing here work. I need to make a backup copy. This total of 59. So I must have missed the Metal Slot. Okay, so those are working. Okay, so I'm making a copy. I'm copying into here. I should have cut. Okay, so the one that was working was the one here. 100 without counting the ROM is 172. Okay, so we got the ROM that's here. So we're gonna copy this back out. I already tested. Please, I don't want a video to be too long, but if you was just to copy this out, okay, let's just do it to show you. If I was to copy this out and put it, okay, out here in the ROM folder, all right. If you go back to Neo Geo, it will not work. The game will not load. I gonna demonstrate that right now. Okay, so I'm copying this back out. I should have cut and paste instead of just copy, making it so many copy. Okay, I modified the Neo Geo folder, and I'm going to bring it into this folder. So I'm going to rename this to, this one is 1.8. So I'm going to make this one as the old one. And I want to see if this make any difference. So I'm going to paste the new one in here. Sort by name. So you can see this is a new one that I created. It's bigger than the old one. Okay. So let's see if this will make any difference, because now this is outside the ROM folder instead inside the Neo Geo. And then Neo Geo here we have this. So I'm going to make this one is the 172 that is working before we pulled it out. Okay, and this is the one that wasn't working. Now, what I was saying a while ago was if you put this one outside the ROM folder, which we just did, this game will stop working. But now the ROM folder, the Neo Geo, is the same file. Okay. Well, originally was the same file, but this is a updated that I just updated. Hopefully that will make both of them work. If both of them work, then we could put them together again and see what happens, see if there will be an issue or not. All right, let's go and test that and see what happens. Okay, I got them to work, but I have another problem is if I move the 172 that work into another folder, it won't load up unless I hide it. And so in other words, if you have one set of Neo Geo and you open up another set, it will not work. It cannot be in the same ROM folder. In other words, so it have to be in all together. So let me go ahead and demonstrate the one that we tried that didn't work. Now I got the bio to work with the 4.0. So once the menu come up, you press the start and select, not start and select. You press the three first button, this three at the same time. You press it, and this will come up, and then you could change it to a different format. Okay, and so I'm going to press the L button to get out, and then once the game started, you could also add the cheat mode. So let's go ahead and get the game started, and I'll show you what the cheat mode does. So let's just go ahead and pick Mai and May and Yoki, and then a new girl, I guess. I'm not sure who to pick. Alright, choose 4 girl. Now, if you notice, when we go start the mic, this one, I don't think this is a new. You notice that she's not bouncing at all. So if you press start and the 3 buttons at the same time, this will show up. So let me show you on the screen again. Those of you, so you're gonna hold this button. You're gonna hold the button like this, and then press this 3 button for that to show up. Okay, and then once that show up, you could you don't want to make a character small. You want to enable the bouncy May and enable some blood, and so let's do that. So I'm going to press C to get out. I mean L. Okay. So now if you notice, she's bouncing right there. So those are the cheat stuff that you could add to the game, which is kind of interesting. I'm getting killed. Yeah, I'm dying. Okay. So this just showing you that. So all the one that previously do not work is going to work here, Let's try the last game, the SVC Plus that we tested that didn't work last time. It worked here. So that is very strange that it will work. But if you have those are the games that have problem loading, but it work here. If you take it apart into, so make me start thinking, is it because you cannot have more than 172 per the arcade? So that's the assumption I'm getting right now. So I'm spending a lot of time on this and finding out that I'm wasting time thinking, is there something wrong with the ROM? But it actually is the limitation of this system. So again, I like her to be, so I'm gonna set that up. Okay, and now it's bouncing. I don't know why they took that away. I guess because people, US at that time, complained because they stopped making it for home counseling instead of arcade. So they took the blood out and take all the other stuff out. Alright. So as you can see, it worked. Top under work. All this metal slot did not. Okay, this one worked too. The 5X. I added the X in behind it, so make it 7-1 Showdown 5X. So that's what this one is. And this one work here too. So I don't know how to give you guys the whole set because apparently it doesn't like it. So that's my conclusion of this Neo Geo. So I don't know what to do. I guess I could try to put it back together and see what happened. But as you can see, the game work here.
Mademoiselle.
The game low, you play fine. Let's try Metal Slot 6. While Go did not load. I mean, previously you guys did not see it, but yeah, I did not want to load. Where's my Metal Slot? Huh. I didn't have Metal Slot here. That's interesting. I thought I had Metal Slot here. The 6 is not low here. I don't have it here. This one did not load when I was. I don't know why I didn't move the Metal Slot 6, 3, and 4. I thought it did not. get out here. Yeah, Kingdom Monster, if you put it in the other side, it does not want to load, but it load here. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but yeah, this system is limited on the, I guess, lack of cache memory or internal memory or something, because apparently we have problem with the Super Nintendo with more than 350 artwork. It won't load unless you put a single artwork. And then this one, the problem I'm having is if you have all the arcade game in one folder, more than 172, it doesn't seem to load. Okay, instead of going back and forth with the, I'm going to see now. We test the Metal Slot 6, and it did not work. And it was inside this folder. Okay, the Metal Slot. So Metal Slot 6 did not, Metal Slot 6 did not work. Okay, so to test that theory, we're going to move this. We're going to go ahead and cut it and move it into this folder. In other words, to hide it. Okay, and we're going to call this one the working one. All right, let's go ahead and test this out. So we don't have Neo Geo folder now, we just have this one. Or actually, we could just rename this to Neo Geo. Oh, Neo Geo with a dash. So if you don't put a dash, it's not going to work. Okay. Neo Geo dash. All right. Let's reject that. Let's see what happened. All right, let's test the Metal Slot, see if it works. So if Metal Slot 6 worked, I mean that what I'm telling you is true about the limitation. Yeah, it worked. So first I thought was maybe because I got confused, I'm using the wrong ROM set. So we did it, and turned out it's not. It's all because the file cannot exceed 172. I was thinking that this would not work because you're using pens. You need the Metal Slot 3 for Metal Slot 6 to work.
Mission 4, start.
Okay, it's just a quick demo. I wasn't trying to. Don't tell me it just freeze up. Yeah, it sure did. When I try to exit out, it just freeze up. So yeah, Metal Slot, that one. So the one that require more memory to load, or like the parents and child, those probably have to be put in one set. Maybe I create a batch file like I do before, and you could switch from one to another. But the problem is the batch file, you have to put it in your computer to switch it. So you have one set of game you could play, and then if you want to switch it to another one, you just say switch to the 65 game or 60 something, and you can switch back and forward. But if not, you're going to run into problem where you are not able to play. So all right, you guys leave a comment, let me know, and I also will think about it as well. What should we do? Like, we could definitely remove those three because those are okay. And then you guys tell me what's the best solution, because we have 230 games. You know, not just couple. We have literally 230 games of Neo Geo that work. And even we remove some of the ROM, we're still looking at around, let's say we get rid of 220 game, you still have 200 game, and you need to bring it down to 172 to 170. So if that's the case, see, some of those games have to be removed because otherwise it won't work. All right, I'm gonna leave it like this and let you guys tell me and take a break, because I've been doing this since my off day from work since till now. It's dinner time. I'm gonna go eat and relax a little bit, go take a shower, and I'm gonna post this video and let you guys look at it and tell me what you think about it. I did receive my second controller. I'm gonna plug it in, test it, see if it works, and also we see the dangle, where you could hook up 2-player to play it. I don't know, once it's hacked, would it work with 2-player side by side? We're gonna test that as well. All right, stay tuned for that. Talk to you later. Bye bye.